Imagine this. Deep beneath the freezing Atlantic Ocean, a small submarine begins its journey into the darkness. A mission to visit one of the most famous shipwrecks in human history, the Titanic. The year is 2023. A private expedition called OceanGate sets out on an adventure unlike any other. Inside the small submarine named Titan, 5 people are ready to dive down nearly 13,000 feet to see the remains of the Titanic with their own eyes. For them, it's not just a trip, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. A journey into history, into mystery, and maybe into danger. The Titan submarine was small, just about the size of a car. Inside, the space was tight, cold, and dark. There were no fancy seats, no big windows, no comfort. Just technology, courage, and a dream. The people inside were explorers, adventurers, and experts. They believed they could conquer the deep sea and witness something very few have ever seen. As the Titan began its descent, the ocean swallowed them whole. The sunlight disappeared within minutes. The water outside grew darker, colder, and heavier. The pressure at that depth was beyond imagination. Every square inch of the submarine was being crushed by tons of force. But the crew trusted their machine. They believed in the mission. They were guided from the surface ship by a control team. Everything seemed normal until suddenly, all contact was lost. The screens went blank. The messages stopped. Silence. At first, people thought it was a small technical glitch. Maybe the communication line had broken. But as minutes turned into hours, and hours turned into days, the world began to realize something terrible might have happened. The Titan submarine had vanished, lost in the deep, dark ocean near the Titanic itself. The news spread across the globe. Millions watched, hoping for a miracle. Search teams from different countries joined forces. They used sonar, deep-sea robots, and powerful ships to search the area. Every second counted because the people inside had only a limited amount of oxygen, about 96 hours. Day 1 passed, no signal. Day 2, nothing. By the 3rd day, hope began to fade. The ocean was too deep, too dangerous, too vast. Finally, after days of searching, pieces of debris were found on the ocean floor, not far from the Titanic wreck. The truth hit hard. The Titan submarine had suffered a catastrophic implosion. The pressure of the deep sea crushed it instantly, leaving no chance of survival. It was one of the most tragic deep-sea disasters ever recorded. The world mourned. People everywhere asked, how could something like this happen in modern times? The ocean, as beautiful as it is, remains one of the most mysterious and unforgiving places on Earth. The story of the Titan submarine reminds us that even with all our technology, nature still holds the ultimate power. The deep sea is not a place for mistakes. It is silent, dark, and deadly, a world that demands respect. The explorers inside the Titan were dreamers, people who dared to go beyond limits. They wanted to touch history, to see the Titanic with their own eyes, to understand the past beneath miles of water. In their final moments, they were part of the same story as the ship they went to see. Both lost to the deep, both remembered forever. Today, When people talk about the Titanic, they also remember the Titan. Two tragedies separated by more than a century, yet connected by the same ocean. One sank from above, one was crushed from below, both reminding us that the sea holds secrets beyond imagination. So, next time you look at the vast ocean, remember, it is not just water. It's a world full of stories, both of wonder and sorrow. The Titanic and the Titan will forever rest side by side, deep in the darkness, reminding us how fragile and precious life truly is. This is the story of the Titanic submarine.